Hey Chicago, welcome to another weekly market update where we'll be covering the last part of February and the start of March, so stay tuned. Welcome to another local market update with Rick Batista. Thanks so much for joining us. Please keep in mind that this is a weekly market update. I know we're mid-month right now. We'll be getting you the monthly market update. I know it's been hard to sleep waiting to see when that video is going to come out. But rest assured, it will be out soon, either later today or tomorrow. Just waiting on that information and data so we can have a chance to review it, turn it around, and get it back out to you ASAP. In that video, we'll be covering the Silicon Valley Bank story, projected home prices for this and the coming years, and most importantly, whether you should consider buying or selling in 2023. So be on the lookout for that video. So let's get started with the weekly update. This is information and data provided by the Chicago Association of Realtors. It covers the week of March 4th and is current as of a couple of days ago, March 13th, 2023. As always, let's start off with a fun fact before we dive into the numbers. Fun facts, market time. According to recent data from Black Knight, which is an analytics company, more than 40% of U.S. mortgages originated in 2020 through 2021, with almost 25% of all current home loans originating in 2021, when the pandemic helped mortgage rates tumble to historic lows. What's more, nearly 65% of mortgages are at rates of 4% or below, offering little incentive for many current homeowners to sell their homes now that borrowing costs are significantly higher. So, as we've discussed in previous videos, if you're not watching weekly, what are you doing? Yes, mortgage rates are higher, certainly higher than they were a year ago, double or more than double in most cases, or in many cases, I should say. But overall, rates are lower than they have been historically, certainly going back, about the last 50 years. Actually, I'm going to toss up a slide here showing you that back in the, early mid-ish 80s, rates were gosh darn near 18%. And you know what happened at that time? People were still buying. People were still buying, people were still selling, life was still going on. Certainly home prices weren't what they are now, but still, that's almost 18%. We're complaining about seeing 5s, 6s, and 7s. So let's put things into perspective. You want to know something else? People that bought in that time, a lot of them made out. You know, they were able to refinance when they had the opportunity to. And can you imagine a time where you're refinancing from 17% to 10%? Or even 12% because it made sense at the time. But that's where people were doing, and they might have refinanced a few times if they were in the property for a long time. In the end, chances are they ended up walking away with a check, or maybe their loved one, if it ended up becoming an estate sale, but that's a whole different story. So let's not freak out, folks. Times have been worse, and times can certainly be worse, and times have been better, but that is life. So jumping from fun facts to quick facts, we're looking at year-over-year changes in 3 categories, the first one being new listings. And we're covering information for residential properties only throughout Chicago proper, the 77 areas of Chicago. 77 areas consisting of, I think, nearly 180 neighborhoods or whatever new ones realtors like to create as time goes on. New listings in the detached segment was down nearly 24% year over year, while the attached market, being condos and townhomes, down by 43%. Under contract, detached down by 5.2%, attached down by 33.3% year over year. Homes for sale, go detached market, up by 11.5%, but we'll be covering that in greater detail in our monthly report. Attached down by 28.5%. Breaking those categories down a little bit more, for new listings, we wrapped up the week of March 4th with 340 single-family detached homes with a 3-month average of 260, down by 8.5% year over year. Single-family attached, we saw the weekend with 518 with a 3-month average of 363, down 33.9% year over year. Homes under contract detached 238 with a 3-month average of 145, down by 25%. And the attached market 350 with a 3-month average of 237, down 36% year over year. Homes for sale, we wrapped up the week of March 4th with 2,227 single-family detached homes, 3-month average of 2,475, and up by 14.7% year over year. Attached market 3,020 with a 3-month average of 3,300, down by just under 24%. So although we don't have all of the monthly reports, we do have some data that's already in. Looking at market time in the detached market, The detached market saw an average of 90 days on the market, with an average over the last 12 months of 54 days, an increase of 8.2% year over year. The attached market, 96 days, with a 12-month average of 66 days on the market, down by nearly 19% year over year. Median sales price, please, when you hear this number, keep in mind that this is for the entire city of Chicago. Most of you would agree that you're not going to see these prices being a median sales price in many neighborhoods throughout Chicago. But median sales price is not the average sales price. Median sales price is the number smack dab in the middle, meaning that the equal number of homes sold for higher than and the equal number sold for less than this number. Single-family detached homes, February 2023, 295,000 with a 12-month average of 315K. Apparently no change year over year, which I'll be curious to see when the monthly reports come out if that shows the same. For the attached market, median sales price of $320K, 12-month average of $350, and also showing no change year over year. Next category, percent of original list price received. This is, I believe, one of the greatest indicators as to whether or not the housing market in Chicago, and when we dive deeper into specific areas of Chicago, how that particular market is doing. Overall, I would say Chicago's doing pretty well. For single-family detached homes, the percent of original list price received, and this is comparing the actual sales price, the final sales price, to the original list price, not taking into consideration any seller concessions or credits or closing credits, repair credits that a seller might have given a buyer. But we're looking at the detached market in the month of February of 95%, not too shabby. Which of you watched our videos before? I have said that now when you're listing your home, you probably don't want to be more than 5% over what you and your broker think the home will actually sell for. If you're more than that, and again, very different situation in some neighborhoods, some properties, some situations, you might want to consider an even tighter window, but 95%, not too shabby. 12-month average of 97.5% with a year-over-year change down by 1.2%. In the attached market, a little better here at 96.6% in the month of February with a 12-month average of 97.9% and a year-over-year change of 0.5% in the positive direction. So that's our weekly market update, Chicago. What do you think? How are things looking for you in your situation? How are things looking in your neighborhood? What have you seen or heard? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? I'd love to hear your comments below, or feel free to reach out to me and share your stories, your woes, your concerns. Or if you don't agree with me, you can always call me up and yell at me too for some reason. I'm here to listen. So as always, I can share all the information and data with you, but what does it mean for you? Heck if I know. All depends on your own situation. So just because it might be a great time for your neighbor to sell, doesn't mean it's a great time for you to sell. Same thing with buying. It might make sense to rent for a little bit, might make sense to buy like last year, but whatever your situation is, whatever your concerns are, whatever your questions are, we are here to help you, but we can't help you until we start the conversation. So please reach out to us. We have our contact information below. Call, text, email. We are here to help. Again, thank you so much for spending some time with me and learning a little bit more about the Chicago market. And be sure to stay tuned for the monthly report. We'll be excited to get that out to you as quickly as possible. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll catch you next time.